I don't even know if you can see me. Let me tell you what's going on. We haven't had internet for like a day and a half. It keeps going out. We didn't even have electricity. What they've been doing is changing out utility poles. A neighbor asked me, well, aren't we getting them underground? Yeah, probably after they finish changing out all the utility poles. I've got to get this covered, because if I don't get this covered, the squirrels are going to eat it, and I don't want anything to happen to it. So it's been kind of a crazy couple days. We lost internet yesterday, and I get a notice 2 hours before from Spectrum saying that they're cutting your internet service, and if you have to call 911, figure out another way. But then we lost our electricity, so we had no internet, no electricity or anything. No big deal, I can cook without it. We already had dinner, but I need to get this covered. I'll let you watch me, and I'll drop it in so you can watch it. That's what's been going on. I love my zucchini. I don't want to lose it. I use it in all my cooking dishes, even to expand meat. If I have 1 pound of ground beef and I want to make enchiladas or tacos or something, I can fry that up, add in a great big zucchini. I have like 2 pounds of meat, and you don't even know the zucchini's there. Let me get back to work. Let me see if I need anything else. So today is just another day in the garden. Now, if I don't do this, we're not going to have any food to eat. This is not a joke. I did this last year a couple times. I would go out there, come back in, all upset and depressed that I lost all my zucchini. They chewed the plant to the bottom, nothing left. And Gary said, did you cover it? No, I didn't have time, which is silly. Because if you watch this, the way I came up with it, with a couple sticks, 4 tomato stakes here, and then some irrigation tubing, a little bit of tulle, I can really have the whole thing done in less than 15 minutes, which I have been doing one by one every day around the yard. I know living here with all of nature, it has to be done. Without the tulle around my plants, I will have nothing. There's a lot of things around here that want the same thing that I want. So I guess I'm just going to have to do it. And I'm telling you, it's making a big difference already this year. I don't have to do the tomatoes that you can see to the right, but I am going to tackle that plant. If you want to see me tackle it, it's not much. I'm just going to groom it. Unless I change my mind and decide for an experiment to cover it completely to see if I don't get any hornworms at all. We'll see. Maybe I'll do that. Right now I know I have to groom it. But with the zucchini, that is very important. So as you can see here, all I'm doing is draping it around. I didn't put any rope around the bottom. I'm just going to clip it to the tote, seeing it on the edge there with paper binders. And I can use clothespins as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and clip the tulle to the stakes or to itself. Sometimes I just roll it up, pull it tight, and clip it. The only thing that should get in there are pollinators. But I have noticed so far this year, if I don't hand pollinate my own zucchini, I don't get it. They just don't grow. So there's not enough bees or not enough pollinators, and that's leaving it open before I even tulle it. There's been a few flowers. So I have had great luck with just simply going through and hand pollinating everything. That only takes a minute. I take a walk out in the morning like I do every day, and when I see female flowers, I run around, find some male flowers, and I hand pollinate it. What I'm doing here is I'm taking some of the 1/2 inch irrigation tubing, cutting pieces off, see, right there, and I'm splitting it in half. By doing that, I've made myself clips, and they snap right on to the 1/2 inch irrigation tubing. It's really cool, and it holds the tulle in place. If you don't have clothespins or you don't want to use paper binders, you can do that. I've been doing that for years, and it works. And now the only thing I have to do is just go through and water all my plants. I love the idea that by using tulle that only costs me less than $10 for 40 yards, 54 inches wide. I always put the link inside my description on all my videos because it's so cheap. Where I get it costs me 25 cents a yard. If you go to a fabric store, it could cost you up to $4 a yard. That without that, I wouldn't have any garden, and I can just water right through it. I don't have to do anything. And when I want to service it, remove old leaves, or pull a fruit out, the tulle comes down in seconds. I take out what I want and then put it right back. I do make sure that the tulle drapes below the container, as you can see here. This keeps the rabbits out and the squirrels. So if they leap onto it, they get their nails stuck in the tulle, they run. They think it's a trap. So that is very important. If you make it right up against it or push it inside the tote, they could still try to get up there. But the tulle drape down below it, you know, about 4 or 5 inches or longer, it's up to you, has kept the critters out. And of course, if you've got squash bugs or you're dealing with something else that you don't want in there, you can, of course, cover the top. And some plants, I do cover the top. I'm just watering some plants on the top. Very carefully, I've got a bird nest there, so I don't want to get the bird nest wet. That's it. There's nothing easier than putting something up that you don't have to take down, and you can water and take care of your plants with the Tulle I. It's basically a cage around your plant to keep certain critters out and certain critters in. Well, the critters would be your microbes, your earthworms, everything stays in there. And what you see in there is I layer, and there's a pot of green sorrel growing in there. When I want to get some, I have to reach in and get it. I don't eat a whole lot of it, but I keep it around here because it's really good. I put it in my green drinks. I periodically put it in stir fry, but it works really good by sitting in there, and it helps keep moisture in there. And when I water the pot with the green sorrel, I know that it's holding moisture underneath for my zucchini plant. Now, of course, you can use this tool on any vegetable plant you want, including trees. You can wrap your trees in it, and sometimes I have to wrap my nectarine tree with it. That's it. So what it cost me? $2, maybe, the whole thing? Maybe 75 cents worth of tool? I'm done for today. I've got a couple more to do, and then I got to clean up my tomatoes a little bit. I'm happy. I got a lot done today. So the video was actually done last week, and now it's a week later. So you saw me put this one together next to the tomatoes. This is doing fantastic. Look how the plant has gotten so big, and that's the leaves that were sticking out that the goldfinches probably ate, or other birds. That's bird bite. See how it's eaten in the center? Can you see that through there? That's when the birds sit on top and they peck down and they eat. A lot of them like greens, and for some reason they really like zucchini. So I'm going to continue to groom that up. I did a lot of grooming on that. That thing has had like 100 tomatoes, and I can't tell you what it is. It came up on its own. If you want to see the grooming, I can show you. I'm not going to cover it, but I was actually thinking about it. If I cover that like this, I won't get any hornworms. But you know, I can wait, and when I see them, maybe I'll cover them then. Hornworms are not that bad here because of the orioles. They come in and take that. But I needed to cover the squash because I've got the ponds here and everything. That's a monarch butterfly flying at me. The squirrels come down and they come to get water, and then they run along here and they get up on the totes because they can leap, and they eat up the center of the squash plants. Not just the squash. They like the center of the plant. Then it's the end of it. Though sometimes they come back. The problem is by the time they come back and start growing vigorously again, it could be months. It takes sometimes a while. So it's not worth it. The tool has been a lifesaver. This is not a joke. So for my squash, which is so important to me, they're all covered now. This one, I just picked a really big one. This one, I should have them real soon. The mustard's doing good. That's a good companion plant. It doesn't have a big root system. See all the new flowers and different things developing? There is my green sorrel, which I can reach down on the top, unclip it if I wanted it. It adds layering, it adds moisture. I can water the pot and know that there's always water there. So that's it. I just wanted you to see it. I did that one now too, the next day after I did that one. So now they're all done. Now it's a matter of, do I want to leave my celery? Or do I want to plant a zucchini? See, this is red. I'm not big in the red. I'm going to use it. I'm actually making it for lunch today. The celery's in a pot, so I could lift that up and move it anywhere. Though it's doing so good, I don't know. I have so many more zucchini to plant out. Though I could plant them down there. So I just wanted to kind of wrap this up and let you know what was going on. It's doing fantastic. I'm just saying, if you've got any issues, I started using Tulle years and years ago. I've been just talking about it since I started our YouTube channel. It was all done originally just so Gary's family in Australia can see what we were doing, and everybody jumped in and wanted to see. I used to work at a fabric store. I knew what the fabric was, and I found it for $10 a bolt. That's what they call it. And it's 40 yards, 54 inches wide. That's why it drapes down so much, because 54 inches, it still has a lot more space on the top. Kind of let it come down a little bit, no big deal. And It's just fantastic. The irrigation tubing, yes, came up with that years ago because I was trying to analyze. I had used a hose once to put over some stakes to make the hoop top so I can drape the irrigation, drape the tool on it. And the problem was you only have so many hoses and you don't want to buy a good hose and cut it up. And it's hard to cut. So I was sitting one day and I was looking around and I realized nobody's using irrigation tubing. Why don't they use that? So I went and bought myself originally a 50-foot roll. 50 feet. And my goodness, I fell in love with it. So that's why I use that. And I'm really pushing that because you're talking 10 cents a foot and sometimes cheaper. I've seen them sell 500-foot rolls for $35. And I just love it. I'm using it everywhere. You can manipulate that like you're using Legos or Lincoln Logs. You know, I mean, you can make it the shape you want. There's so many things you can do with it. Anyways, I don't want to drag the video out because I want to get back to work. We've got a heat wave today in spring, and I want to make sure everybody's tied up. And any leaves that are browning or yellow, I'm trying to take off my squash plants because it doesn't need to pull water up when it doesn't need it. So I hope you're getting ideas from me. I hope you are having a garden, and I hope your garden is completely successful. And remember, if you lose some, so does nature. Nothing is perfect. And you just compost it and keep on going. With that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Look at the monarch. Beautiful. I'm putting milkweed everywhere now. Bye-bye, everybody. What a beautiful way to end this video.